Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter. We shall chant verses 8 and 9 together. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinvan sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visrajan grinhan unmishan nimishan api Indriyani indriyadheshu vartanta iti dharayan. Bhagavan said, as an answer to Arjuna's question, that karma yoga and karma sannyasa both ultimately lead the seeker to the same result, and that result, which was pointed out in the previous chapter, has the supreme vision of knowledge, of beholding or recognizing or connecting to the actionless in all action. And for the majority of people, it is the karma yoga path that is more appropriate, because it is necessary for us to prepare ourselves, gain that maturity, and at that stage automatically the karma sannyasa happens. We get that knowledge and the abidance in that knowledge, and we are liberated. That supreme vision comes to us. So from a state of ignorance, directly going to the state of knowledge is not possible. From a state of doership, directly going to a state of non-doership is not possible. Suddenly I am doing everything, suddenly I say, no, you are doing nothing. It doesn't work. Suddenly when I am identified with the instruments that are performing all the actions, suddenly you say, no, you are not these instruments. It will not suddenly work. So, going directly from ignorance to knowledge or directly from doership to non-doership, that is not going to happen. So we need a bridge to take this journey. And what is that bridge? According to the Bhagavad Gita, it is karma yoga. Means I am not leaving the action, but little bit dilution of the doership can happen by means of instrumentship. I become the instrument of the Lord. So from karta bhava, I go to karana bhava. Karana bhava means the bhava of being an instrument. That I am not doing, I am an instrument. So who is the doer? The Lord is the doer. So if I am doing for myself. But if he is the doer and he is making use of me, then what will my actions be for? Dedicated to the Lord. So this bridge is important. Bhagavan says without this bridge, suddenly if someone attempts to jump over to that state of knowledge or that state of non-doership, it will not work. So without preparation, going to that karma sannyasa state, Bhagavan is against that. Bhagavan is not against sannyasa. Bhagavan is not saying you shall never be a sannyasi. Bhagavan is never saying that you should not get this knowledge. You only keep acting and forever you keep. No, he's saying yes, it is needed. That is our goal. You will eventually get there. But for now, you are not ready to be there. So what do I do? Start with karma yoga. This bridge is what is indicated. And from here, from the complete doership, when I move to being an instrument in the hands of the Lord, my connection to the Lord is greater, my dedication and devotion to the Lord is greater, and through that I come to a state of maturity where I don't have to hold on to things, I don't have to expect something, because my mind is now in the Lord. Where my mind is, that only determines what kind of life I am living. So it is not about where physically I am, it is where my mind is. You all must have heard this story, or this, many times it is referred to. There was this priest who used to perform puja and all every day. That was his job. He used to do that in a particular place. And just next doors, in his neighborhood, there was one dancer. A prostitute was a dancer. So she used to dance and all that music and all. Now this priest used to listen to that music also that used to come. And she there used to listen to the ringing of the bell and chanting of mantras. Now after their respective lives were over, in front of God, day of judgment. Although in our culture there is no final day of judgment, it is constant improvement program. But here Bhagavan said, send this priest to Naraka, hell, and send this dancer to heaven. The priest said, what is this? I was worshipping you all the while. And she is a dancer, she is a prostitute, and you are sending her to heaven and me to hell. This is not fair. Bhagavan said, it is not where you are physically, it is where you are mentally. He said, she, in spite of performing dances for people, her mind was constantly in me. She used to listen to the mantra, she used to listen to the ringing of the bell. She used to always think, why am I not there? I could have gone there. I could have participated in the puja. I want to spend time with the Lord. So all her dance, she started offering to me only as worship. So she was constantly worshipping me. And you, on the other hand, you were ringing the bell and doing the arati to the image of the Lord, but your mind was, oh, such nice music is there. The dance also, I am sure, will be very nice. How nice it would be if I can go there and watch that dance. So you were thinking about her, and she was thinking about me. So the point is, where my mind is, what is it that I occupy my mind with? So when I am with the karta bhava, I am doing, I am saying, I am the doer, therefore, whatever I am doing, I want to get this. Even if I perform duties, the attitude will remain, I am performing my duties, I better get whatever the result of it is. So I will feel entitled. I will feel it is my right, I should get it, and this is what I am entitled for. This kind of attitude, then sorrow is certain, bondage is certain. Whereas when I move on to that bridge of karma yoga, what happens? When I offer all the actions to the Lord, that I am a mere instrument. And an instrument doesn't decide what it has to do. Instrument doesn't do anything for myself. A flute is played by the musician. The music is not meant for the flute. And what is played also is not decided by the flute. It is the musician, and he decides for whom he wants to play. It could be sometimes just for himself, but it is definitely not for the flute. So similarly, if I am an instrument in the hands of the Lord, then whatever He wants to achieve, it will be achieved. The way He wants to achieve, it will be achieved. Why should I bother? So in this attitude, if I act as an instrument and dedicate all my actions to the Lord and say, where am I doing? You are only doing, Bhagwan. I am a mere instrument. So whatever action is happening through me, it is also yours, which means my mind is constantly in Bhagwan. And when my mind is in Bhagwan, it is not in me. So automatically, the quality of my life, the direction of my life, they all change. So therefore, such a person who has reached that state of knowledge, he always is aware, I am not the one who is performing these actions. Naiva kinchit karomi. I am not doing anything. Even while I am seeing, hearing, smelling, eating, whatever I may be doing, all that voluntary, involuntary actions, everything, even while I am seeing myself doing it, I know the body is doing, the senses are doing, the mind is doing, the intellect is doing. I am not any of this. Again, going back to the 4th chapter, the 18th verse. One who can see akarma in karma and karma in akarma. That is the one who is a wise person. So this is the wise person's experience, that I am not doing, means these instruments are doing, this karma is happening at the level of the body and the mind. I am not doing any of these things. I, the self, am free from all this action and its consequent results. Therefore, I am not bound by the actions nor by the results. Very clear. Then what is happening? Indriyani indriyartheshu vartante. So the senses and the objects are interacting with each other. I am not involved. That is the clear action, the clear understanding, a clear experience. It is not just intellectual. It is an experience for a jnani. Then for us, it has to be with effort. We have to bring it about. But how is it possible? Bhagavan, I am not even if I imagine that I am not the doer, then another type of pressure comes into me. I should not be the doer. If we give something or we help somebody, they say thank you. I say no, and that person is scared. What happened? No. Why? Because you don't thank me. If you thank me, then I will start thinking I am the doer, and I don't want to think I am the doer. So no, don't thank me. I start feeling scared of it. So it is not trying to imagine or think. It is to understand that all these instruments that are performing the action, that are involved in the action, all these are not me. I am that which is different from all this. In the language of devotion, that is called God. In the language of knowledge, it is called the self or the truth. So that I am. In that way, a jnani is ever liberated. But for me, how do I go through this bridge? What is this karma yoga? Since the beginning, Bhagavan, you have been saying, now Arjun only asked the question, whether karma yoga or karma sannyasa, which is a better way of attaining that supreme vision of knowledge. Arjun himself asked, but now again, but what is this karma yoga at the end of the day? This happens to us many a time. We will be discussing something, heated discussion will be happening, and after some time we'll go back to basics. After all, what is this Vedanta? What is this Bhagavad Gita? Did Arjuna give the knowledge to Krishna, or did Krishna give the knowledge to Arjuna? What is happening? Because I have discussed and thought about it, read it, so many years I've been doing it, but now I have some fundamental doubts. I have to, because sometimes we only get confused. Oh, what is happening? Who is what? So here also, after all this discussion about karma yoga, karma sannyasa, and it is not gradation, it is just that where you are, you begin and you perform karma yoga, and eventually you will reach that karma sannyasa state, you will reach that state of liberation. All that after having told, Bhagavan feels, let me not take it for granted that these people understand. Not about Arjun. Arjun would understand. But in the name of Arjun, those people will be sitting in 2024 and listening to this or talking about this, those people will need some fundamental clarity before we go ahead. So Bhagavan feels, let me again remind them what is Karma Yoga. So here in the 10th verse of the 5th chapter, Bhagavan has beautifully given this, summarized this Karma Yoga, saying, ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. So what is Karma Yoga? Very beautifully he has given in this 10th verse, saying, first of all, Karmani, all the actions. Now which actions? When it is saying Karma Yoga, which actions? Already Karma Yoga has been defined earlier. In the 2nd chapter itself, verse number 47 said, Karmanyevadhikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. That verse was there. Then in 3rd chapter also there was Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam or Yajnartha Karmanonyatra. So there were verses. Even in the 3rd chapter, once again, it was also talked about Mai Sarvani Karvani Sannyasya Adhyatma Chetasa Nirashi Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyas Vivagata Jvara. So again and again, what is Karma Yoga, what is Karma Yoga, what is Karma Yoga has been given. Now 5th chapter again Bhagavan is telling. He is telling us, for us, this is the path. That is why he is repeating himself, but in different ways each time. He is saying, Karmani. Now, what karma? All karma. Which karma is he talking about? Now, karma can be of two types, basically. One is called Kartavya karma, that is my duties, and other is called Kamya karma, that is those desire prompted actions which are performed to fulfill certain desires. In duties, there is no desire. You have to do, therefore you do it. What is the result of duties? Nothing. But what is the result of desire prompted action? Fulfillment of desires. That too, without guarantee. It may be fulfilled, it may not. Some of it may be fulfilled, little bit now, little bit later, or what, that we can't say anything. But it is for the fulfillment of desire. So, in this Kartavya karma, in this duties, I am not expecting anything to happen. Maximum I am expecting to happen that I may not have to do more of it. Why? Because duty means what? In today's context, if you have to translate, duties means to do, tasks to be done. Now, tasks to be done, if I do, what will I get? The list will be over. It will be completed. Means I don't have to do anything further. That is the only gain. Although duties, it has a tendency to keep on growing. So as much as I keep doing, there is more to do. Did you take a shower in the morning? Today also. Yesterday only I took. Today also I have to take. Already. Which means it keeps, you have to do it again every day. So there are certain things that has to be done every day. So here also, Bhagavan, when he is saying karmani, means we have to understand he is not talking about the desire prompted actions, because desire prompted actions, with that the desire will get fulfilled or partially fulfilled or unfulfilled, and therefore it will bind me. Even if it is fulfilled, I want to do more of it. If it is remaining unfulfilled, I want to do something else to fulfill my desire. So I am bound in that action, desire, action, result, action, result, action, result. In that cycle, I am bound. So therefore, here Bhagavan, when he is saying, with respect to karma yoga, when he is saying karmani, he is not specifically indicating which karma, but we have to understand, because of the background that he has given already in the past chapters, that karmani means kartavya karmani. All the duties that are enjoined, whatever role or relationships I have in this world, towards those I have certain duties. I have to do them. Why do I have to do? Because I have to do. There is no other reason. Shankaracharya is saying, don't keep any, in duty there should not be any reason even to please the Lord. That is also the highest form. So even to please the Lord, I will fulfill my duties, Lord will be pleased. And then how do we know, Bhagavan, are you pleased? Are you pleased or not? Bhagavan doesn't seem to be pleased. So tomorrow onwards, no duty. That will be my problem. So even, not even to please the Lord, then why is it to be done? Because it is supposed to be done. That's all. No other reason. That is performance of duty. What will I get? Nothing. Because there is no result of duties. Nobody is going to award as, you woke up in the morning, you get gold medal for waking up. Everyone who sleeps has to wake up in the morning. So there is nothing, you did your duty. So just performance of duty is not going to get anything to us. So there is no expectation of specific results. So karmani. Now duties I have to perform, but how do I perform? Brahmani adhaya. Adhaya, offering. Offering to whom or what? Brahmani. To Brahman. Brahman means here that infinite reality, which is a substratum of this universe. In the language of devotion, it is called as Bhagavan, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. In third chapter, Bhagavan said, Mayi Sarvani Karmani Sannyasya. He said, offering it to me. So he spoke as the Lord of the universe. But here, he is saying Brahmani Adhaya. Why? Because the language is different. Each chapter, the language of that chapter is different. Previous chapter, he used the language of yajnas. In this chapter, he is talking about knowledge. Therefore, with respect to knowledge, he is saying everything offered to that Brahman, that infinite reality. Why am I doing? I am dedicated to that Brahman. I want to attain that alone, nothing else. So, Brahmani Adhaya, offering it to. So, means it is not for me. It is not for me to gain something out of it. Karmani, Brahmani Adhaya. But how, in which spirit should I perform? Sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. The one who performs such actions, dedicated actions, without any sangam. Sangam means any desire, any attachment. What kind of attachment? Shankaracharya, when he is commenting on this, he is saying, not even having the desire to get liberated. Mokshe api phale sangam tyaktva. Means not even having that desire that I want to get liberated, therefore I am doing. Not even that desire should be there. That is how duties are to be performed. It is a direct commandment for us to follow. First of all, perform duties. If there is a choice, actually there is no choice for us. Duties are, we are bound to perform. There is no choice. If you want, you can perform your duties. There's nothing like that. We take it as a choice. That's a different thing. Otherwise, actually, there is no choice given. Duty, by definition, is supposed to be done. That is what it is, obligatory duties. That is what it is, enjoined. Means I have to do it. So there is no choice. Okay, I have to do it. But in what spirit? Offering it to that higher ideal. How? Without attachment. Not even the attachment to liberation. That may come. Because as soon as I have liberation, yes, of course, Bhagavan himself has said, you perform karma yoga, you will be led to karma sannyasa and liberation. It is an outcome, natural outcome. But still, Bhagavan is saying, don't think about it. It will come, but don't think about it. Don't do it just for that. Because when it is done just for that, the duty, my presence in that duty, my involvement in that duty, my effort for that fulfillment of duty, that will get decreased, because part of me is already thinking about, I will get liberated. So even if I have a to-do list and I am going one after the other, I keep on seeing how much more left. Only two more if I do, then over. And one more if I do, over. And the last one, after this, over. Suddenly one more list has come. And so what is this? So much I have to do. Let me finish it fast. Then what I start doing, I don't complete a task, I finish a task. And these words only indicate what is the difference in attitude. I finish. Quickly, let me finish everything before anything else comes there. So somebody will come and give me more work. Let me finish and escape. Let me go away. So that kind of, and this kind of work, we read Puja Gurudev's books like Kindle Life and Self Unfoldment, we find that people who are performing actions are also of different types. So he mainly indicates three types of people. One type is called laborers. That is this type. Let me finish and go. Time up, over, siren, gone. I am going. So it is not related to whether I have enjoyed it or not, I have given my best or not, nothing. Done. My wages, okay, give me my wages, I am going. My job is done. Secondly, there are some motivated people who perform actions also, but those people also little bit, they will do something, they will also go beyond themselves and say, okay, for the society also, but great expectations. Since last 10 years, I have been serving society. What have I got? Such a thankless job. Nobody is even recognizing me. Nobody is even thanking me. What have I got serving society? This is a fundamentally wrong thinking, because Guruji very beautifully points out that if I have been serving society, the question should be, what has the society got? But if my question is, what have I got, means I have been serving myself only. I have not served the society. But there are people, I am doing it for everyone. I am doing it for the community. I am doing it for the country. But still, that motivation is very rajasic type of motivation. A laborer is tamasic. Daily wages over, my job is done. You say, clean the floor. Okay, clean the floor. But just in the skirting, there is some problem, there is some dirt there. You did not, you said clean the floor, I have cleaned the floor. But just there, 1 inch ahead, there was some dirt. You should have specified. I have finished my job, now I am going. That kind. And the third category is where they are inspired workers. So inspired workers means they are not considering it as a specific action or to be done or anything like that. They are performing out of fulfillment, out of joy. So much. They get joy in the process itself. Then they are not even waiting for any result to come. The process itself is so much joy giving, so fulfilling. So Sangam Tyaktva, not even interested in liberation which may come about. It will come, and if it has to come, when it has to come, in the form it has to come, it will come. Why am I worried about? But let me do my best. Let me invest my 100% in this action and lose myself into this action. So, Brahmani Adhaya Karmani Sarvam Sangam Tyaktva. Having given up the all my attachments, all my expectations from the action or its results. Not looking for something out of it. Such a person who acts like this. Definition, what is the definition? Perform kartavya karma, duties, dedicated to the Lord, Brahmani Adhaya, and receive the results as prasada, sangam tyaktva, no attachment. So this is Karma Yoga, and anyone who follows this Karma Yoga, they said, lipyate nasapapena. Such a person doesn't get caught or bound because of any of these actions. Here specifically, Bhagavan has said, papena na lipyate. He is not caught up or bound by sins. But what is sin here? Sin is committed when there is ignorance. So the root cause of all sins is ignorance. So ignorance is the mother of all sins. That's what is said. So now, if it is said papa means what is he referring to? Any action that is being performed with that ignorance means considering that I am the doer, I am doing something, means I don't know who I am and I'm considering myself to be this body which is performing the actions. I'm considering myself to be the senses or mind which is performing the actions. And therefore, out of this ignorance, identified with something that I am not, I am performing actions. And when I become the doer, later on, I also become the experiencer of the result. After being the experiencer, again I become the doer. So this karta, bhokta, this cycle keeps on going. This is called as papa. So in karma kanda etc. in Veda, papa word is specifically certain sins. These are the actions not to be done, prohibited actions. That is called papa. Or not doing what is supposed to be done. That is also called papa. But here in this context, when Bhagavan is saying papa, it means the so-called punya also. Because even if good actions, meritorious deeds are performed rooted in ignorance, considering myself to be the doer, then what will happen? I will keep going in this cycle and I will be caught. I will be bound. Therefore, he is saying, lipyate nasa papena. Such a person who has mastered this lifestyle of karma yoga, for such a person, there is no bondage created by action or its results. How is it possible? Is it possible, Bhagavan? So he gives an example. Padma patram iva ambhasa. Padma patram, a lotus leaf. Where does a lotus leaf live? In the water, in the pond. So the lotus leaf always is in the pond, touching the waters, but it never gets wet. Ambhasa, by waters, Padmapatram iva, just as the lotus leaf. You pour water on it, still the water will fall off. There may be some drops of water inside it also, but it doesn't get even a little bit wet. There may be rains throughout the day, still that lotus leaf is not wet. It may be underwater, but as soon as you remove it, no water is stuck to it. Lipyate na. Nothing sticks to it. So a person who performs karma yoga, no action or its result stick to us, just as a lotus leaf. Which means what? We don't have to run away from actions. See, the subject matter, the example is so beautiful for this context. What is the subject matter? Don't try to go for karma sannyasa directly and leave everything. Not to worry. The lotus leaf does not leave waters. It has become waterproof. Similarly, you also do not have to leave karma. You become attachment proof. You become bondage proof. That's all. And how? Karma yoga. So keep performing actions like the lotus leaf does not run away from water. It lives in the water, never gets wet. Similarly, if you perform all actions, all your duties in the spirit of karma yoga and receive its results also as prasada, then you will be like that lotus leaf, always engaged in action, yet never bound. Kurvannapi na lipyate. It was told. Even while engaged in action, such a person is not bound. That is what karma yoga, if it is undertaken, then you will never get bound, Arjuna. So therefore, you don't worry about fighting this war. Is this your duty? Yes. So you are in the place of your duty, the field of your duty, you are already there. Are you prepared? Of course, yes. Nobody is standing in that huge battlefield, thousands and millions of people standing in that battlefield. No one was as prepared as Arjuna was. Because he prepared for those all 12 years of his exile. He did not waste one day. He got all divine weapons, divyastras from different places. He went to heaven with his body. He got all the divyastras from Indra also. He got so many different missiles, so many different Pashupatastra from Lord Shiva, everything. He was one person who was constantly preparing. So it is your duty also. You are well prepared. What is needed? The right attitude. That's all. And don't think that this is going to, if you kill your own brothers and all, then you will incur sin. Because this is what he said in the first chapter. He said, what? You are scared of sins? Do this. No sin will come to you. It can't touch you. So perform action. Don't think artificially, okay, I am giving up everything. I have given up everything. Premature giving up is very dangerous. And that is what Bhagavan is against. That's all. Give up when the dispassion is mature, when it is genuine, when it is deep. And when that vairagya comes, then we will not ask such a question. Bhagavan, karma yoga is better or karma sannyasa is better? That will not come to us if that detachment is ripe, like a fruit. When it is ripe, automatically it will leave the branch and fall off. It will not think, should I fall or should I stick to the branch? It is not going to wait, because as soon as it is ripened, gone. Similarly, when that vairagya ripens, automatically things will fall off. I am not going to go hold on to anything. And this is our experience. The best part is our experience. All the childhood toys. We are saying childhood toys because now we have adult toys also. Because car size has grown, that's all. So toys are still there. Gurudev used to say toy to Toyota. But the attachment remains the same. But when it talk about these childhood toys, those toys also, did we push ourselves out of them, or did we say, I am going to give all the toys up? Nothing like that. We played. One fine day, very generously gave it to our younger brother or sister. Take, you play. And the mother, father are looking, what happened? Such vairagya. But happened. We all have grown out of it like that only. So it is our direct experience that we eventually, so we did not pay attention to leaving and it left us. So why should we bother now? Bhagavan is saying, you just do and do it in the right attitude, right spirit. That's all that is required. We don't need to change actions. We don't need to change where we are doing, how we are doing, what. Only the attitude has to change. Actions are the same. Bhagavan is saying, you don't change your action. You don't have to do anything specific. Karma Yoga, the beauty of Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is referred to as Buddhi Yoga in the second chapter. Why Buddhi Yoga? Because the change is only happening in the Buddhi. Karma remains the same. Whatever I am doing, if it's my duty, I do it. But with the right spirit that I am offering it at the feet of the Lord. That's it. This much change is what Bhagavan is asking. Bhagavan is not asking too much from us. Little bit change of attitude, that's all. And Bhagavan does not even say that only to me you should offer. Is there anything higher, anything greater than yourself? That selfishness, just come out of it, offer it to something greater. That's enough. We will grow. So here, talking about this karma yoga and giving this beautiful analogy also, he says that just offer all the karma, brahmani adhaya karma. This is from the karma standpoint. But if we look at this from the devotion standpoint, bhakti standpoint, there is something even better. He says, Brahmani adhaya karmani, offer all your actions to the Lord. Okay. But still, that offering, what is my attitude or understanding or experience? These are my actions and I am offering it to the Lord. This is the process. But in the language of devotion, what is said is, offer yourself to the Lord. It is not that my actions, I am offering it to you. Then again some other actions will come. Then again I offer it to you. Again something else will come. I offer it to you. Now here, in devotion, what we do? We say, I am only yours. Now if I am yours, then whatever is mine automatically is yours only. Why? Because I am only yours. See, something that belongs to us. For example, there is a field and that field belongs to me. Then whatever grows in that field, that will also by default belong to me only. Because I am the owner of this, so therefore whatever grows also, it is mine. Similarly, if I am only belonging to the Lord, then where is the question of my actions? That is also yours only. Like the musical instrument belongs to the musician. So therefore, there is no music belonging to the musical instrument. The music also belongs by default to the musician only. So the instrument only is his. So then what is the question of music being offered? So similarly, Bhagavan, I am only yours. That is a Hanumanji. Hanuman said, Bhagavan, I am yours. Means what? There is nothing called mine. Because I only am yours. So then where is there separately coming and offering something to you? There is nothing offering required. So if you make me do something, I will do it because I belong to you. So that is why even Hanumanji, even in Lanka, when he went there and he went and met Vibhishan. No, he said, I have met Vibhishana, he seems to be a good person. He got some whereabouts of Sitaji also from Vibhishana. But after that, uh, he said, I can't live like that. I belong to Bhagwan. What would Bhagwan want me to do? Bhagwan would want me to give him some inspiration so that he is not living the same kind of life forever. He has to come out of this and grow. So, I should do. He did. Then he went to the Ashokvatika, met Sitaji, everything done. After that, he went and started eating fruits and destroying that whole garden, which was very dear to Ravana. There again, he thought, now what should I be doing? So then he said, I belong to Bhagwan. So if I belong to Bhagwan as uh, a messenger of God, what should I be doing? I should give some warning to Ravana, give some demonstration. This is what is coming if you don't change your ways. So gave some demonstration. First blow, his son gone, Ravana's son, Akshakumar gone. All his generals gone, all his army gone. Some of them somehow escaped, went and reported. Meghnad came, the number two of entire Lanka. He had to send him to capture one monkey. That was the thing. And Meghnad came, he tied him. Now Hanumanji said, I don't have to get tied because he had blessings from Brahmaji also. That even Brahmaji's missile is launched on him, nothing can happen to him. Brahmaji had blessed him. But he felt, maybe getting tied, I will be able to accomplish more work of my Lord. Getting tied in enemy territory is both risky and insulting. Embarrassing. But he accepted it. He said, risk anyway I can handle. Embarrassment is no embarrassment for me because I am doing my Lord's work. I belong to him. He went there, he said, only by being captured will I be able to at least see Ravan and maybe I'll try and knock some sense in his head. Maybe something may happen. Let me try. He went there. Going there also, Ravan, do you know who am I and who are you? And on whose strength and power have you done such a crime? So Hanumanji says, okay, Ravan, I know who you are, but let me introduce myself. And the introduction that Hanumanji gives, beautiful introduction. So many lines of introduction of Ramji he is giving. The Lord of the three worlds, and the one because of his, just his signaling itself, his just thought itself, he can create so many different galaxies and destroy them in no time, and such a lot of the universe, and that long description he gives. Introduction. He says, I am introducing myself. And what is he ending up introducing? Bhagwan. And then at the end, one line, his servant I am. So which means what? I belong to him. So if you want to know me, you know him. So this is the way. So there are so many such devotees who have lived life like that. So they don't have to offer each and every karma, oh, all this action I am offering to the Lord. Not required. Why? Because they themselves are belonging to the Lord. So how does it matter? Anything they do, it is His only. So even there's this devotee in the south called Andal, Goda Devi. She also, in her childhood, she said, Krishna is my Lord. And every day, her father used to get, her father was also a great saint, you get this fresh tulasi mala for the Lord. And she was so engrossed. She said, I belong to the Lord. I am His. So she used to wear the garland herself and look into the mirror, asking, Bhagwan, is it good? Will you accept this? And as though Bhagwan would come to her, she felt the presence of the Lord. That Bhagwan would say, oh, so beautiful you are looking, so nice. Okay, now I will put it in the basket for father to carry it for you. So I have tried it, it is nice. Why? Because, and there was no sin. The father, when he discovered, he said, what great sin, what great sin. But, lipyatena sa papena. Why? I am yours. So there was no sin. So one day, the father scolded her and said, you dare you touch this. He took the mala directly without her wearing it. Bhagwan did not accept it. They will put it, it will fall. They will put it, it will fall. Then the father, he was also a great saint. He realized. Then he said, and they got them married also. Such beautiful stories of such great saints. So I belong to the Lord. If I belong to the Lord, where is there to, dedicate, offer, all these things? Not required. I have offered myself. So Brahmani Adaya Karmani, Karmani Sarvani, myself only. I have only come. I am only belonging to you. Tavaivaha. So it is not. So, oh Lord, I am yours. Then lipyatena sa papena. No papa. There is no sin, nothing else. Mirabai, forgetting everything, used to just dance. Even in the streets, she used to dance. She didn't mind. Because she was in ecstasy just remembering the Lord. Because I am yours, you are mine. मेरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरों में कोई. He alone is mine. There's no one else who belongs to me. That kind of, that relationship with Bhagavan. I belong to you. That is why Shankaracharya ji also, in a beautiful hymn to Lord Vishnu, he says, Shankaracharya ji is a great Advaiti. For him, like, there is no two, but his the devotee in him, that is so sweet, that devotion. Shankaracharya ji says that although yes, there is no difference, I know, but still, in spite of that, oh Lord, I belong to you. How? Just as the waves belong to the ocean. Is the wave different from the ocean? No, but still, when we talk about the wave and the ocean, the relationship is the wave belongs to the ocean. So that way, I belong to you. Natha Tavaha, I am yours. Such beautiful examples we have. So, such people automatically their minds are so very purified, and for them, what karma yoga, what karma sannyasa, anything they do is real. In the end of Ayodhya Kand in Ramcharitmanas, there's this very beautiful dialogue between Bharatji and Vashishta Rishi. Bharatji comes back after taking Bhagwan's Padukas, he comes back and he doesn't enter the main Ayodhya city. He stays back outside itself in a place called Nandigram, and he decides that he wants to also live an austere life just as his brother is living in the jungle. Living in the forest where nothing is available and living there as, as tapasvis is one thing, but living in the outskirts of a city where everything is available to his beck and call, still living an austere life, is something much greater. So now Bharatji had this desire, but he did not want to decide for himself, because for him he was just a servant of the Lord. I belong to the Lord. Same category. Bhagavan, I am yours. So Bharatji went up to Guru Vashishta, their Kulaguru, and he said, "Oh Lord, I have a request that till the such time that Bhagavan doesn't return from the forest, I would like to live an austere life outside the city, and I will fulfill all my duties as a caretaker of the kingdom, because I am his servant. So I will fulfill all duties. But if you permit me, I would like to live outside the kingdom in a small hut, and the same similar way as Ramchandraji is living in the jungles, because they had seen him in Chitrakoot." Vashishta Rishi says so beautifully. He says, "Bharat, you don't have to consult me for anything you want to do. Said, because whatever you do, that will be right. Not that you have to choose what is right. If you do something, that will be the yardstick to see whether it is right. So whatever you do will be dharma. And means what? Lipyate na sa papena. No papa. Why? Because if you are doing something, then it is the right thing only. It is dharma only. So dharma will be defined by your actions. You don't have to follow something. And you don't have to ask me. Guru is telling, you don't have to consult me. You just do whatever you want to do. It will be dharma only. And that is what the whole world will learn from. Such a beautiful dialogue. I belong to the Lord. So Vashishta Rishi is a jnani. He is a knowledgeable person. He knew who Ramchandraji is. But with that knowledge also, his intellect stopped where Bharatji came. He said, I can't think. You are a personification of devotion. Whatever you do is right. So Brahmani Adhaya Karmani, the greatest is I only belong to the Lord. And then Bharatji's tapasya, he stood there, he stayed there, he used to consult with the Padukas, which he had placed on the throne, and he ran all the affairs of the kingdom. He looked after for all entire 14 years period. So that was the greatness, to the extent that he even dug a hole in the hut for himself to live and sleep, saying, if Bhagavan is walking on the ground level, I have to be below that. I can't even, I don't deserve to be standing, sitting, sleeping at the same level. That was his surrender. That was that sense of belonging. I belong to him. And when I belong to him, what is there to fear? This Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he had 4 sons. All 4 were martyred. So it is said the older 2 sons, both of them went for battle. Ajit Singh and Jujhar Singh. They went for battle and they were martyred there, Shaheed. The other 2 younger sons, Zorawar and I don't remember the 4th one. These 2 sons, they were called to the court. They could not capture Guru Gobind Singh. So they captured these 2 children, and that too by deceit. And they were called into the court. And the idea was that Azam Khan or someone was there. So their idea was that if they converted the son of Guru Gobind Singh, then they have kind of won. So these 2 children, with such bravery and all, they enter. Now this Azam Khan had made a small door to enter his court. So anyone would have to bow down and enter. By default, anyone who came to meet him had to bow down. And that was his, nourishing his ego. That look, everyone comes. Because by choice, nobody would be doing it. But then he made a door like that. So these 2 children came, and it was smaller for them also. Let them come in through that. So these 2 children, they understood, small little children, but they understood what was happening. After all, children of none other than Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They understood what happened. They entered inside by bending backwards. So with their head held high, by bending backwards they entered, not bending forward. Said, yes, tell me, what is it? Why that fearlessness? Arey, we belong to the Guru, we belong to that lineage. We belong to these great saints, we belong to that Lord. Why to fear? They were mercilessly, a wall was built around them. So it is said that after that, even their mortal remains were not found. Divine children, but fearless. Even while they were building that wall, it is said they were chanting the great teachings of the Gurus. They were taking the name of the Lord. That even now you have a chance. Even now, if you say, they didn't even pay attention. You do whatever you want. Why? I belong to Him. Lipyate na sapapena padma patramivambasa. What is all this world going to do to me? So that Brahmani adhaya karmani, not karmani. So atmanam eva. Oneself only is offered to the Lord. Then true liberation is experienced. We'll see further tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.